and character. I would like to ask Ms. Stedman, and there's not to her name, to ask one particular one. Brother Dean.
Man, we just went into the executive session. Who motion? My name.
Come out.
Okay, just tell me.
We did.
Okay.
Good.
Who was second? Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, Ms. Dean. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Maybe on the agenda to talk about the United Way drive.
Okay. Billy and I are on the United Way board, and we started our campaign, and our goal is $130,000. And I'm asking each council member if they would do a one-time donation or a payroll deduction. I know Anthony and Melvin does with their employees. But anyway, and I'm hoping you can talk to the, department head to get the employee to do a payroll deduction. If you will open up and you will open up the pamphlet, you can see how much we give to each group in Monroe County. And also the money that we take up in Monroe stays in Monroe. And Feeding the Gulf Coast, they're the one instrumental in feeding at the community house. And during the time of COVID, they fed kids at Monroeville and J.F. Shield. They did bag lunches. And with the RSVP, they help people build wheelchair ramps. Help them get back and forth to the doctor. And you can see each one of these organizations that we give money to is very important for our citizens in Monroe County.
Yeah, of course, I'm kind of partial to one of them, the fire department. As you know, we do have the rescue units funded by United Way. And of course, I know Ms. Melvin always loves this part. It's time to update the rescue truck this year. It's 20 years old. Since we've already spent some other money.
I think we're gonna have to hold off on that.
But, you know, but the thing is, all the rescue equipment on that truck, everything on it is funded by United Way. They give us $15,000 a year. And, you know, so we help try to solicit funds for that. And once all of that equipment is purchased, we go through the city. They help us with the financing and all that stuff getting established. Our United Way payments makes the payments on truck when it's all paid for. It's the city's clear and free. So, you know, that's a benefit that we get through United Way. That's why we try to push to help it. In addition to the other 14 or 15 organizations that's on there, like as Brenda said, you have the Lighthouse, which helps with battered and abused women and children. That there's no other organization in the county. They're actually out of Baldwin County, but they have an outreach here. The police department has partnered with, so have some funding for that to help just the battered women and children. As you said, the feeding the Gulf Coast with the kids. Of course, Hippie, if none of you know about Hippie, it's a great organization, helps in the early stages of childhood development. I know you probably have dealt with some of the people from Hippie, and it also helps with parents that has learning or reading disabilities and so on, to help them so they can help their children and stuff with schoolwork and so on. It's just a lot of organizations, everything is accounted for. I am the agency liaison for United Way, so I'm the one that has outreach with all these organizations that receives funding. And in turn, each one of these organizations try to do some type of fundraiser as well. So we just ask that anybody can donate that will. There's not but $1, $20, whatever the case may be, $1 per pay period. Every little bit helps to make the $130,000 goal.
Next month.
Well, it is set for November, the end of November. I'm not sure the exact date, but we'll take money as long as we can get it.
We're trying to reach that $130,000 goal. Also, Mayor, I'm wondering if we can, be put into the budget for the, liquor tax? Can that be done?
I'm not sure, we've already passed the budgets.
I know, but next
We
year,
can explore it next year.
okay, sounds good. All right, and thank y'all for your time. All right, uh-huh,
Thank you, you're volunteered free of charge. Wait,
yes, I'm everywhere.
Okay, as we move into the remainder of the agenda on the work session, we have an announcement about fall DEA National Prescription Drug Take Back Day, which is October 23rd, 2021, from 10 to 2. I'll see Ms. Bruton here. Okay.
She's coming.
Okay. All right, the fall DEA National Prescription Drug Take Back Day.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's going to be this Saturday on the 23rd from 10 to 2 at the police department and at Walmart. And then Monroe Drugs will be from 10 to 12. And we had the education, Mobile Drug Council helping us with that, the chair helped partner with us, as well as the police station and everyone else volunteered.
Is that Mr. Andrews that we want?
They've sent, another person up. They sent up, Mike Cook, the one that's been coming up at the farmer's market. They, sent him up. I just let, the lady in charge over there know, that's who she sent.
Next item on the agenda, is a project proposal for a community house. And something that I wanted to present for the council, for you to go through and think about. We have a lot of issues down there. And the way we're going about it is, piece building, piece here, piece on the piece there. And the thing I wanted to do was go ahead and get estimates. For instance, like we have a major drainage problem down there. There's the room downstairs. We got water leaking in, going into the ceiling up there. We got the doors repaired. I have a list there, but the thing I wanted to do is, we even got, we talking about $25,000 for removing trees and this type of thing. Well, I would ask the council to go back and consider if we're able to go through and put all this together in the project and address it at one time, even to me, taking into consideration possibility of running all costs, and we be finished with that community house. So it's something for you to think about, nothing that we have to vote on and make a decision on today. But, so many times when you have one issue, you go through, you fix it leads to another issue. So, you have to take into consideration that community house is older than I am. be something for you to go through and think about. And that's why I was discussing with, Ms. Stedman about it, the way to go about and do it, and, that was proposed. We have, manufacturing program that we possibly could look into and doing this with. But the thing about it now is to go back and we come up with a total to see what it is, and I'll bring that back to the council for you to take into consideration. I don't know, any comments, concerns? I get together a list, they have gone through and given me a list in which I try to go through and prioritize. And, give you an idea of some of the things. I got a whole list, I tried to prioritize, about painting the building, repair and replace, vinyl siding, replace all of the doors and add the gutters. The drain issue with the terrace room is calling us to have to go through and do repairs to the ceiling or complete repairs to the ceiling after the drainage issue is resolved. Dead trees removed from the park. Place the pavilion, the columns on the pavilions down there in support of that retaining. And so I do know like a drainage issue, to properly correct it, $40,000. I don't know what happened to the drainage lines and everything, but they're probably 60 years old and they run under the building. And so they may have collapsed and everything else, and so we can get the water out. Let me get on those lines like that, when we get somebody want to scope coming down to the supervision. We can look into it and see, but even if you go through and try and repair them, I don't know how you do it without. We want to charge $40,000 to do it, right? So, I mean, that's going through and doing a completely new drainage system.
Is that stormwater drain or is that sewer drain?
That's stormwater that's leaking into the building.
Because she said it's leaking in the front again.
So the stormwater line, it goes up on the way it was originally designed. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, they reline the sewage line. Yeah, that's right, the plastic stuff.
I guess it would depend on, how big the land is.
Yeah.
But either way, regardless of what we do, I think we need to go ahead and fix that community house and resolve all the issues on it, because,
We just put a new roof on it.
yeah.
And again, I keep bringing it up, we gotta do something about that road entrance in there, that curve is too tight for access fire road.
Well, that and pay.
Yeah, the street gets those two to pay too.
So, the paving, we have a proposal on that and widen the road out. We already have a proposal on that. This mostly deals with the building itself. And then, we got all the trees down there in the park that's gonna have to come down.
That's good, right? When we do pay, we need to angle that water away from the front door.
So they do have to do some milling in there. But like I say, I'll go back and, because we're talking about the doors, all the doors just got to be replaced. They're not cheap. So we'll go through it and I'll try and really get numbers on all this and then bring it back to the council to consider. And we'll look for means on this to see to get that done. Next item is a proposal for servicing the generators for the police department and fire department in
Public Works and
Yeah.
the Senior Center.
Public Works and the Senior Center. And we have a proposal from Conrad Watson and quote for $2,750. And we think it's, less money than what we've been paying because the other people that serve, they're coming out of Mississippi. And, they were charging us mileage for getting there and, you know, all these other things, so. That was, I think we come out much better there. Ms. Stewart,
You know, on the inmate, you know, you charge like $500. And then I think.
You usually don't hear me.
300 is that one part you did.
all the generators. You usually don't hear me. But you're gonna be the work session.
Ryan's supposed to be at the work session.
Right.
I asked it to come during the meeting, to the council meeting. We're probably working.
But she, come up. What about Miss Sia? Sorry?
I didn't see her yet. I told her to be at 3:30, but
She's been sitting in there. She's in the office.
You saying this generator maintenance is already in the budget? Just
Yeah.
Different than the different thing.
He actually came in this and so we're doing it local versus having to get that. We come out and see.
this also goes with the resolution for, that CDBG grant. That it's for each one of y'all, I
Oh,
printed
okay.
off the copy. That's where that amount is coming from.
We have another man.
Hi. Yeah, just one.
Okay, this is about the, Columbia IOAU program.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am, we did, you know.
Okay, WLAU program, my name is Jasmine C, and I work with Reed State Technical College. And right now, we're located in Monroeville at the CDL site. And we was looking for partnerships within the Monroeville community because of our age group is 16 through 24. A lot of the young adults that we work with have never been employed or they have a barrier. And with us partnering within the community, it gives them the skills that they would need. And also at building a resume or getting volunteer hours, we fund 100% of the program. It's 2 months long, 15 hours a week. We pay the FICA contribution, wages, everything is funded through our program. That's pretty much it. We just ask for them to be given a chance with some of the business that are here in Monroeville. That's pretty much our program.
I understand we have one young man that wants to. start
Yes,
our
sir.
public works department
Yes, sir.
program.
Yes, sir. We try to fit them with a skill that they do a personality and attitude test, and it sort of shows them where they fit at.
Mhm.
After we talk to them, mentor them for a bit, they go through a trial period with us, as in coming into class on time, calling me if they're late or something should happen to see if they are fit for work-based learning. We just don't put them in work-based learning. They have to show us skills and traits for us to put them somewhere because we don't want to damage our partnership with businesses. And so therefore, if we can trust them to come to class, then we can trust them to go and answer to a supervisor and to be on time. So we do have one, he has been in class since he has been enrolled since July. It's just that he has a problem with just getting out there. He's a little nervous, but he's hands-on. He doesn't do too good at sitting inside the environment and being still. He's more hands-on, and we just want to give him a try within the city.
You discussed it with Mr. Lansing.
Yes, sir, I have.
He's in agreement.
Yes, sir, he is.
Any questions from the council?
How they sign up? You come out to the school, you see the counselor, or do the counselor recommend some students that probably meet the particular needs that you all provide?
How do they sign up with us?
Like, how do we get the kids to understand what you guys want to know?
So, we recruit, we go through the schools, through the Career Center, Adult Education at Coastal, Misty Kelly and, Judge Silcock, we recruit through those areas. That's how we get out. We also recruit online too. That's how they mainly get in touch, with us. And we have a referral program also through our students that's already in the program. If they refer a student, that student gets, signed up. That's how we get our students in.
All right. Thank you, man. The next item on the agenda is the application of the LDOT A-Trip 2 funding. And this is the funding that we have gone through in, or the application that we had talked about for the intersection there at West Cleveland, Clarksdale Road, north and south off Drive. And so they need a resolution to submit with the application. And that's the that we need approval from the council to do the resolution and submit for that. And when in the application that we're submitted for is we're not putting in funding up front a match with waiting to see what comes back from the LDOT, see what we get. Okay. The other item over here is the land swap with Kelly First Responders. It's just the approval of the ordinance. I think we approved it at the last council meeting. So we have prepared the ordinance to be able to move forward with that. Next item on here is the police vehicle purchase. We had originally the city was trying to purchase the Chevrolet Tahoe. However, the production was cut off before we could get a order in, and the police department continued to pursue purchasing vehicles, and they talked with Stivers, Chrysler, Dodge, and they were looking at purchasing 4 of the police package Durangos. And I think the total price on those with the optional equipment was $162,000.
We should have been before the package.
Yes. And these vehicles, they already come in pre-wired, so we're saving money by not having to go to Richardson Communications. The chief informed me that the only thing they really have to do is put the radios in. Then we'll be prepared to go.
It'll be $40,000 each.
Yes. A little over 40,000. Next item is the discussion of a memorandum of understanding with the county at the dump sites. Is Michael out there?
He walked through, I don't know where he went to, he waved when he went through a minute ago. He was heading toward the outside. I'll be,
Good evening.
We had gone through and there's been some discussion with the county that there's 2 major dump sites. Both are in police jurisdiction. One is located in Monroeville Street and one is located just outside the city limits on Clarksdale Road. And the county had proposed working with the city to be able to come through and clean these sites up. One of the things that I was reaching out to that I've not heard back from, we talked about cameras and I was trying to get in touch with these guys with camera systems so we could at least monitor the traffic going in and out of there. But I asked Michael to confer with county engineer Jeff about, what was expected of the city to do and what the county would be able to do, and to develop a memorandum of understanding outlining what each would do and get it approved by the council. So I don't know, Michael, have y'all gotten to
Yeah,
the discussion or?
well, I've talked with them and I asked them to get me something that states exactly what the county's gonna do and what they expect of us. And when me and him talked, what we would actually do is just go in there and get nothing but household stuff. That's all we can take up here. The rest of that stuff might go to Bruce. And they will load that on their dump truck and take it to Bruce. We'll just get the, like couches, mattresses, and stuff like that. And they would handle, I talked with Jeff too, they would shut the road down because we're not gonna be able to, you know, especially Monroeville, it's a narrow, once we set that truck up, you're not gonna be able to get by it. So if the road would have to be shut down for us to work it.
Where we stand on it, y'all have all the details?
Well, Jeff, he told me he's gonna get with Billy.
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all for allowing me to speak on this. Jeffrey told me that he's gonna get with Michael and it's kind of like what you just said, that you all will go in and pick up all of the mattresses and sofas and things, and of course, there would be no charge to take it up to the landfill. And then we would come in there and pick up all this garbage, hopefully clean it up, and we'd have to take it to the room. And I asked Mike not to put this in the paper. I know the mayor said something about the camera. But we're gonna meet with the sheriff department and hopefully y'all police chief and the lawyers, I mean, the judges, and try to come up with a maximum amount that we can charge. And we're gonna actually erect some signs on both ends of the road that people know if you call dumping here. That part might can go in there, but the part that we don't want, we are actually, our engineer now is working on some cameras set up down there. But we're gonna have to get the judge and the police and sheriff department to monitor that area. And they're gonna have to put the fine on them, because I said all the time that it's, until someone starts paying a fine, they're gonna continue to dump that, and it's so convenient. And this is not anything new. We had to clean this up back when I was on the council 20 years ago, and kind of have recently cleaned it up. I know once since I've been on there, and twice while Eric was on there. I said it then, and I'm gonna still say it. The biggest burden is gonna come on the people that live in that neighborhood, that see people coming through there with trash on their truck. They're gonna have to take a part in it too, in helping us police this. And the judges and the police department and all gonna have to get on board. We're gonna have to catch somebody and put a fine on them, and then might put them on the front page. And we appreciate anything y'all can do, and I appreciate the council and mayor and the rest of y'all. If y'all will consider letting them do this, and we work together and clean it up. Thank you.
Hey, Jim, these type cameras that y'all gonna get, are they gonna be, you know, they're gonna be motion camera, motion back to the,
Jeff said you're gonna be able to, it will come to our, phone.
okay,
You know, we want to go out and check on it.
Right.
Somebody see you doing it. It actually gonna be set up.
okay.
He said he got a company gonna do it. It actually comes through our phone and showing what's going on.
I hope it's not like the one down at Crosby Farm. It's not any good. Did you know that?
Yeah,
That's the camera that the Civic will put on, and they said they don't have internet, so if they don't have internet, it's not any good. Am I right or wrong?
it's some good, I don't think that good.
Yeah, we don't have that, so it's really not working.
Well, it's still recording.
working.
You have a DVR there at the pool,
Right.
and it's still recording. It's just you need the Wi-Fi to link to the internet to actually look at it through your phone or whatever. But it's still recording.
Okay.
It records 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It just continues every day. Like somebody do something wrong down there, you can put a DVR and put it back on there.
We have to do the,
It's already in there.
It's already in there. All right, well, it's, Mike, y'all go ahead and, get particular, get particular drove outside there. Council approve off on it.
As soon as Jeff gets with me on, everything, we'll go ahead and get something started on.
Okay.
So Jeff had told me it'd probably be couple weeks anyway before they
Oh,
can
yeah.
get good.
Right. Well, thank you.
All right. I also had in your package, I have a waiver of permit fee. And this is from Mr. Bob Crawford. And what it's relating to is doing work on the roof on their church.
We don't have that.
They don't have that? Okay. I asked him about it. He had asked me about it last Tuesday. He said pursuant to our conversation last Tuesday, his email explains the request the Deacon Board of the First Baptist Church of Monroeville made of me regarding repair construction work needed at the church. The church has spent a lot of money in recent years trying to fix roof leaking problems on one of our buildings, but continue to do so is no longer cost effective. We must have the building re-roofed. Mr. Jim Kelly, formerly with Hammond Incorporated and current chairman of our Building and Grounds Committee, as well as own Deacons, solicited the bids from several good roofing contractors, and lowest bid for the work was $188,000. When this price was presented to the Deacon Board at the last meeting, I advised the board that a building permit from the city of Monroeville would be required, and that the permit fee would be about $825. I was asked whether or not the city would consider waiving the permit fee if I were to monitor the work for code compliance. I said that the matter would have to be presented to the city council for consideration, but if approved, I would certainly do so. Robert Sims, who was the city's building inspector for 10 years before I was hired, and now works part-time at the church and building maintenance, spoke up and said he would also be glad to help. So with many years of building, construction, and inspection experience between Jim Kelly, Robert Sims, and me, we could assure that the roofing work be done in compliance with the building code. Please present our request to waive permit fee to the city council at the next meeting. So that is the request from Mr. Clark.
They messed up. When the storm, Methodist Church got theirs insurance when that last hurricane come through right here. They had leaky steel.
Oh, okay.
They didn't didn't do as good as we did.
Oh, yeah. Bob didn't talk about that.
150,000 out. I think so. I was on re-roofing that. City Hall.
So that's the, that was the request there.
Do we have any prior history of waiving that for churches, or have any other churches stayed there?
No.
It's up to the council. Tim would still have to inspect it. You're just waiving the permit thing, but it's up to the council mayor if they'd like to do that. But Tim would still have to go out there and sign off on it.
Any questions of it, for any of those kind of things, opening up the county water going? I understand their point in that. Would they volunteer on any other church or civic activity to do that for them, even though they're not members of it? Other folks will not have that name.
Up to the thing with them, I think we do that, we're gonna have somebody else gonna want to do it. So it's gonna be-
Kind of like we got into with the community house waiving the fees at one time completely. We want to say we're not gonna do it anymore, we're gonna do half for everybody, even Chamber of Commerce and other things like that. But, that would be the best case scenario. We would be a half waiver.
I would waive
And my question would be, are other churches having their roofs done without asking for a permit, you know? Yeah, so we don't want to penalize them for being honest and asking.
If somebody want to live for a house, or we can do. Same concept. But you gotta fit this, you
Yeah.
Same concept.
They're supposed to.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
Well, I make the motion to vote your conscience. When we get, make the motion, you die for lack of faith.
Mayor. Mayor, could you, that resolution for the CDBG grant?
Okay, that's all. I was taking a look at. We are applying for a CDBG grant from COVID money that was returned to the state and declared awarded grants for this residual money. We have two projects with it. One is to use the iPhone sealing, blue seal on the fire station over there, which shows up to like $48,000. The other project is to do work there at Public Works Field, and which I think we estimate the cost on it is going to be 200.
It's together it'd be roughly 251,000, a little bit over that, because we had to add
Right,
10%.
so the work at Public Works Building is roughly right at 200,000. So, but we were applying for grant money for both projects. And so, we gotta have a resolution today that is going to end up being close to like 251,000. But Frank Dobson, the ATRC is paying the grant, and we just have to have the resolution go off.
Do we get paid something for the new roof actually on?
We did go through and get bids on the new roof, and I think she's still out. We're gonna be like a 63,000. For a new roof.
Here in 40 to put the iPhone on.
Right, we put the iPhone on, covers it,
You're more inclined to pay 20 more and get the new roof. We don't know what that iPhone is gonna do. We went, jumped out on them and did it on the other one.
we really had any issue.
Yeah, but you ain't 10 years or 20 years down the road. You know what that new roof will be, because it's been on this one here for what? How long I fired? 20, 25 years?
A little over 20 years. It's been 20, 25 years.
Imagine that, I'm back again, more money.
Yeah. Been Michael's middle name.
Chief, you had gotten a, didn't we get a quote on replacing, putting a new roof on the fire station?
We did not get a quote to put a new roof on. Tim talked to somebody, and I think they estimated the cost on it to be like 40 or 30 something $1,000 maybe. But he got a quote to have the iPhone stuff put on it. And then I got another guy to come and give a quote to put the membrane roof on it, and I think it was even higher than the iPhone. But we never got a complete cost.
Yeah, it was something on there, I remember it was specific, there was something in there that was gonna cost like 63 or more.
That was that membrane roof.
Remember?
Yeah, it was a good bit higher, because I actually turned that quote in with my capital budget. But Tim got the quote for the iPhone, and I never saw it, so he's got it, but it was 40 something thousand.
Yeah,
Will you not, if, replacing the roof would not be a better option? With, the fact that you know what you're gonna have when you put a new roof on there. This iPhone may work excellent, it may not. They're saying whatever, but we know we'll get 25, 30 years out of a new roof, or we may not get that out of iPhone.
Yeah, I mean, that's the original roof that was put on in 1987. So, And everybody was
I said 25 years, we're pretty close.
And what we think is the problem, because, you know, nobody's been able to take it up. They says the roof is in good shape. They think all the
Yeah.
foam or whatever that goes between those layers is all deteriorated.
And those screws too.
Well, we had the screws replaced.
Okay.
We spent almost $2,000 getting all the screws replaced, and that's still.
Some of the people that I have are having issues now with leakage on screws.
But as it is right now, we got a hole in the ceiling because it was wet with sheet rocks, and we cut it so we could try to find the leak. And we have a garbage can sitting in the front when it rains, it's catching the drip. I mean, we can get a quote to replace it.
I would like to see a comparison.
Michael, what did, you had the, top replaced out the shop, not too terribly long, but what did they charge for that?
I wanna say it was close to 30,000, but that was what, 5-6 years ago?
No metal roof is definitely gone up.
Yeah.
It's only doubled in the last year.
Who did it?
Hammer.
I can call them and get a quote. I have no idea.
We're up against the deadline.
Okay.
Okay, I've asked you forward, okay.
And that's why we're trying to be first in line, getting this thing in.
If we do the grant, we have a choice to go with which option we want to on the roof later, and that may be fine then.
It has, it's due in about the end of this month.
Yeah.
For that.
Well, what I'm saying, if we say we're gonna do do we have to say we do an iPhone, or can we do either one?
Well, in the grant, it doesn't specify what you gotta do, so you can do either one. You just gotta have a quote that's in.
We
Well, if you got
do
And if it exceeded the 41,000 or whatever it is for a new one, you could go with the iPhone. Now, what kind of warranty do they offer on the iPhone? I don't know.
They didn't offer nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah, if they.
And I think that, quote
You
that I,
hear
that I turned in my budget, I think that guy said that was a 25-year warranty. I think it's right.
If we do, because they maintain the sample of the stuff, in case it appears that there's any material breakdown. And then they come through and they replace that. That's for lifetime, but they come back every 10 years to inspect for any constant reason. And to repair that.
And there's questions asked, but they may not be here. It may be in the same situation we got with the roof at the Hornet building. That the contractor bankrupt and the company that produces bankrupt. I mean, there may not be no recourse. You don't know what you're gonna get. You think you're gonna get that, but you don't know that. Or with a roof, you know what you're gonna get.
When did you say that was put on
It's original, 1987.
there? 87?
Now, when they done ours out of the shop, they went ahead and done the equipment shed too, so that's more than what you would have done. They done the equipment shed too at the shop.
But I do know metal roofs have doubled the last year.
I think, as far as I know, all the installation and stuff goes, so any of that shouldn't have to be replaced.
Well, if we get the resolution, I think that's the main thing, though. All he asked for, I know you gotta have some folks to.
Well, I call Hammer in the morning to get them to come look at it, give us a quote.
You gotta have some folks to. So, that's why going through in that discussion with y'all, now it's whether or not COVID would, be cheaper route to go in the discussions I had, I think we ran Tim, that this was the easiest route to go.
Be the easiest, I know that.
And this is separate COVID money, not the other COVID money.
Right. See, they had over 7 million that was turned back in that wasn't used. And so you have to apply to a DECA in order to get it. And you have to show some relation to COVID. And that's what Frank had, written grant of. Fire station was no issue because, we've done testing and things like that at it. And they gave Michael the guidelines that had to tie in to being able to use the shop, so we were able to do that too.
Which, you know, I feel better with the fact that it's not our money. It is our money, but it's not our money in the sense of the liability out the way, but still want the best for the city and our department.
Well, I just texted them, telling them we needed a quote for roof replacement ASAP.
Okay, so we'll, I think that pretty much covers everything.
Yeah, how we decide on the voting on him, we're gonna do that now. Before we get to the bail.
Halloween bands. Wherever it's going.
Yeah, it's some- we got time, if we got something else going, come drag it out. Yeah. There was, there was,
I gotta get Don to talk about something else.
okay, go on. Bring her on. Bring her on.
Still looking for the rules.
I'm not making another bet tonight, man. You got close on me last time. There was a lot of participation this year. It took a while for them to get to participate. Sunday was a half of them one finish, and they sure in 2 days had a lot of work. They did like those. Yeah, I really did. I got all.
Okay.
Now ain't no hay bales put out there that decorated. There's some of them, kind, but. That in the lobby, they work on that thing, I'm like, day and night, 2 weeks.
Judge?
You have the pictures?
Yeah,
I numbered them and put them in order as a suggestion from the mayor.
So did you notate the window ones different with the color highlight was meant to? Okay. That's all, because some of them, why we figured the colors.
Some did both. They just.
What,
Right there.
the drag, which one did on, I looked at that.
Juvenile.
Yeah,
Juvenile.
juvenile, was it listed under that as
It
well?
was listed under Jabberwocky.
Okay, that's why, because I looked at juvenile.
They got two.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the drag on top that lights up at night.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
That was number one on my page.
yeah, that was. Right about a month, by Spencer on that corner. on
Yeah,
Ninth
that's what
Street.
I- yeah, I did get it.
We got too many this year, you don't have enough categories to, we stretched it out in the past, but
I know, we had a lot of hay bales this year.
Office 201, they didn't do what they did.
They did the tea party inside the window. 201, it's in there.
Yeah, they had the tea party side, and one they did in the ground, going down inside.
202 of course, they got the procedure to do it a little better than some, but they still cost them money and took them effort. Hunter's Run was a good window display. And I was in fact the window and then after 3D, some things outside the window. Covered ice
The
cream.
Tim Man was free.
Huh?
The Tim Man, I think that was the Tim Man.
I'm talking about it, trying to
Was that
do.
the Tim?
Yeah, I don't know why, they kind of went out of the box. They did a tin man, so.
But these, you tell them.
No, those were just yours. I was just
Okay.
making sure they were readable.
Okay. I thought Pardons and Parole did a good job too.
Yeah, they did.
That was the first year that they've been a part of it with us.
Which one was that? Was that?
Queen Hearts.
Pardons and Parole.
Cold ice was called windows or. Hey,
No.
I guess. It's got a hay bale, a small bale.
how we gonna handle this? Cold ice.
Yeah, and they had it up in time.
Yeah, they had it up early.
They had it up when they were supposed to have it up.
Yeah, they had ordered their stuff last year, so they had it ready. to
Yeah,
go.
they changed the date on it, they had it 2020,
Yeah.
had to go back to a one year.
Okay, so how we gonna determine?
Y'all have talk about it, make it happen.
Okay, all right, on one of the displays. So I read y'all what I got, y'all can, So on one of the displays, the one I had was Mad Hatter with Mid-South Insurance.
That was good.
That was good. Okay, that was out of this world. The most creative was Painted Roses at Cole.
Yeah, cold.
And then the third one was the Castle and Checkerboard, Mr. Reese's.
That was, I mean, after somebody painted it on, it wasn't very large. It was a big thing.
Need to put 205 in
We need,
somewhere.
yeah,
Yeah, I had 205. It was.
we do like we did last year, honorable mention and people's choice or something like that. You got a people's choice, do an honorable mention.
You wanna give them a people's choice too? I can
Yeah.
do a tie.
Okay, do we have cold?
Yeah.
Okay,
That
cold,
was one of the display, most creative. I had Cole as most creative.
studio 205.
Yeah, out of this world, was Mid-South. Now the hay bale,
Well, but we can get, like I said, we can do 4 or 5 on this. We don't have to stop at 3.
yeah.
Yeah, do the 205, make sure it's a people's choice.
Yes, sir.
But on the list, it showed it being another hay bale. I had Studio 205 over
They
there.
weren't hay
I
bale.
know it showed up blue on the list.
That's why I was asking about.
They changed, they may have changed. Yeah, they changed things up, so they changed their theme a little. So when I looked at it at night, I went, oh, they've got the T set already, so I had to bring it over.
Okay, name what you got. We got 4 down or?
I have Mid-South for Out of This World window display. I have Kohl's for most creative window display. And then I have a tie with Teresa's and Studio 205 for People's Choice.
Can we do an honorable mention and do 100 runs? Because they did pretty good on it. They were early done too.
Yes, they were.
Sunday, all of these were completed. Some of these others are nice, but they weren't completed.
I guess you have to give them all some, because they were all nice.
They were, and I agree. This.
Yeah, they did
all nice.
really good this year.
On the hay bale display, Mad Hatter with Lemon Lolly out of this world.
Yeah.
Most creative, I looked at Cheshire Cat at the library. And like I say, on here, when I was looking at hay bales, was displayed at Studio 205, and I had it on here.
No, we don't. We got them. Though.
Yeah, we'll just move it to the
Now,
other.
the juvenile over there with the
Yeah,
dragon.
the Jabberwocky.
That's one like trust mall.
Yeah,
trust mall, yeah, right.
That's what people's choice.
The 201 Office Park, I thought was good. Y'all didn't like that?
There were 3 of them up there.
Who's with those two?
The one with the hearts was Condor's Law Office, and then the middle one was Carol Bates with Edward Jones, and then Painting with a Purpose was the King of Art. And then you also have, I like, it was Alice with the Chinese coat. And they originally got it, that was pretty neat.
Who was the one that had the one that, had, in the hay bale inside, with the spinning thing, that was it,
Was that shoes?
huh?
Was that shoes insurance?
That was where the investment bunch, Edward Jones.
Yeah, that is Alice going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. was
She was the
pretty-
first
That
one.
was the early one done, that was pretty creative. Yeah, twiddly dee.
Yeah, I like the twiddly dee, twiddly dum.
I
I said, I like that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get 5 on this one.
Okay.
What we gonna do on this? Say, lemon law is
Sure.
and, the juvenile, which one category we gonna put it in? That's right.
People's choice.
Most creative or people's choice, whichever one you all recommend.
Most creative probably. 'cause that's-
Okay. Okay, and for people's choice.
Hose was in the window.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
We already got that on the window.
So the other
Hose ice
three,
cream.
other three we mentioned were Lee Mother, Library, and Edward Jones, I think.
Yeah, we do 5 on it too. I mean, we ain't paying out no big prizes. For this, so they're costing them to get some recognition.
Lean Motor, the library, and
And,
Edward Jones.
Edward Jones.
Is that Carol or Jody or which one? Maybe some rabbit.
Yeah, rabbit going down the hole. Like I said, if we don't give them some attention, they ain't gonna do it again next year. Appreciate this. Yeah.
okay. Great. They did really well. They worked hard on it.
Al, I'm sorry, you get your,
Yeah.
all right.
The mock turtle.
He was cute to win blue and way, but I think y'all put him back together.
The employees did it. They did a good job.
You know Al's not that creative.
And then the girls did the parents in the picture here. Okay. Hope that helps.
We did approval of striking research. Power plant.
What we had was the fire department had some money to go ahead and pay for that. And we see if we would come back and reimburse them. I think it was what,
$2,300.
Research.
You don't have much asphalt over there, do you? What's your time?
Yeah, a lot of it's concrete. And that's why you told if we would go ahead and do it now, while they were doing everything else, they could get it much cheaper.
Michael, you don't have any you need to throw in that too.
No.
Okay.
Matter of fact, it costs like it.
So, that came out of your
Yeah, we would take it out of fire department special account.
special account. And so that's what it was, we reimbursed that special account. That's like this.
I think the only thing left on this for Ryan Stewart to pronounce.
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor, you want to
Yes.
talk about this? The project? Paving project?
Which one?
The paving project.
Paving project? Yeah, we can.
Oh. Before we all get all excited about spending this much money in one place. This here is paving project I'd like to do this year. It comes up to $350,000. And, yeah, that's all. But now,
That's above and beyond the other paving project.
can y'all share one? I didn't make enough copies. Oh, now, what we want to do is go ahead and take care of everything of our community has. Since we gonna spend all that money on the lake and stuff and the streets and it's also included in there of doing that widening. Spot right there, widening that out, you know, to make it where fire trucks and ambulance and stuff can get through that. Now, and that's also, we was able to add like, Tucker Drive in there, Bay Street, that Louise Street, that part is real bad, and then get that White Drive over there. And,
Yeah. It's just a call about Louis Street.
yeah, it's real bad at that intersection. We tried patching it over the last several months, and every time we patch it, it comes a little shower, it just breaks back out. So that road's gonna have to be something done to it. It's just done got where water's getting down in there and breaking it up. But I'd like to use the money that was budgeted for the paving project to do this project this year, this coming up year. But now I'd also like to go ahead and we're getting the Rebuild Alabama money, that $40-something thousand we get this year. I'd like to go ahead, there's two streets I'd like to do. One of them is Avenue and the other one is Rumley Road down there by Regions Bank. And the reason I want to get Rumley Road, we need to put in turning lane. We need to put turning lanes at the end of it. And there's no sense in putting thermoplaster on that old asphalt because it's not going to stay. But it needs resurfacing anyway. So what I want to do is use the Rebuild Alabama money that we're getting and go ahead and resurface Rumley Road and Avenue over there. And I'd like to go ahead and get that approved tonight if we could, so we can go ahead and get it set up because our asphalt contract ends the 31st of December. And we need to go ahead and get it in because they've already went up $5 a ton on the contract. And we're gonna have to rebid ours out in the next month of December for next year. And it could go up $5 or $6, it may go up more.
Oil is almost double here.
Yeah, so, you know, I'd like to go ahead and do as much as we can right now. There's no way that we can get this paving project in by the end of the year. By the time we got everything ready and got the bid out, it'd be after the first year before the job actually started, probably towards the spring, but we can go ahead and do those two streets with the Rebuild Alabama money.
Here, were you talking about the park, including that paving and the other project you were talking about?
Cause see, all of that he's talking about, that would take care of the park, light, community house. Everything.
Yes, to take care of all that, the widening of that one section coming up the community house and going ahead and doing that all the way around the lake.
Pulling the water away from that door.
Yeah, now, that, whenever they go in there and they're gonna have to mill all that down. And they can do it some, but we still need some kind of drainage right there in spot. But now we're gonna do that right at the flower bed. So even if we go ahead and if we get this money in time, or y'all decide to go ahead and do that, we could do the drop boxes before we actually do the resurface. You know, we can figure all that, you know, with it and get that done. But even if we do go ahead and do the paving, the drop boxes and the piping is gonna be right next to that flower bed. So you're really not tearing up the whole parking lot to put those in. So those would come right down in front of the flower bed and go down inside the building. So you really wouldn't be tearing the parking lot up to do that. Around 38 to 40 something thousand. It just depends, until we actually do a survey on it but we got it pretty close because we know the size of the pipe and the size of the boxes and where they need to go. And it is, you know, just, you know, getting the particulars is going to really tell the final cost of it.
See, that part of it, what I'm talking about. Yeah, all that stuff done that used to be done.
We've been talking several times about adding parking, near the old tennis court down there. Any of that paving gonna be messed up if we add parking later in there?
No, sir. Cause, well, see, actually, once we widen it out, once we get in there and actually do the survey and we widen that section out, you may actually get a couple more parking places. Cause see, we're gonna have to cut into that bank a little bit and it's gonna be a little retainer wall right there. So it may actually add a couple parking places. We just gotta wait until we do the survey and see how far we're gonna be able to get back so we can keep the road wide enough, but then we'll decide whether we can add another couple parking places right there on that end.
It's a, I hate them right there in that ball.
It's
Yeah,
right
it's on the
there.
left side in between where the old pool and, between the house, it's right before you get to the steps.
It wouldn't be messed with. But we do all the widening on the north side.
The steps go up to the north.
Yeah, the steps have to be removed. Yeah.
And if you do that, well, of course, we need to do it anyway, is put a no parking in front of that fire hydrant anyway.
That'll be paid project, we need a motion on it tonight.
Yeah, I can get Jeremy and them to go ahead and start working on it and they can go ahead and maybe we can get it done that first year because even though we bid it out in November, December, the asphalt, and say we get a price for the first of the year and they figuring the fuel's going up maybe $5 and we get a price and say it goes up $5 a ton, that put us paying about $68 to $67 a ton. But if we wait that later on in the year, the longer we wait and fuel prices keep going up and that fuel index goes up, we could be paying $70 a ton. So once we get it bid out, we need to try to do the paving as quick as possible. Because anytime you bid asphalt, it's actually based, the cost of it is based on the fuel index that the state puts out.
Where would funds from this come from? Besides the rebuild out.
Well, now that project right there will be funded through the $350,000 that y'all budgeted this year. And the other streets would be done with the Rebuild Alabama money. And if y'all could go ahead and approve them, that way I can go ahead and get Bill on them and get it scheduled and we can get it before the end of the year.
Can I ask a question? I have a question with Halloween Dash. I had a doctor's office approach me this afternoon before the meeting and wanted to know if we would want to do a vaccination with Halloween Dash with Dr. Angela Powell's office. You were all approving of it. They came to me and wanted to know if we would want to do that. And I said, I'd have to get clearance by the council to do that.
Keep left, Jonathan. Keep on. We got approval to proceed with. Well, I gotta get a motion to say about purchasing vehicle. And Michael, you already been up. What about Tim?
Oh. I talked with Mr. Owens this evening and they're actually drawing the plans up now for the intersection out there at bypass Drury Road. It's in the planning process now. And he said according to the sketches they sent him, that they're gonna redo the sidewalks right in there, the handicap ramps and all in there, the traffic signal and all.
Just one thing, we've got the two, overflow trash dumps, one at Station 1, the one out on West. Those just for household garbage. The one on Whetstone, I see it way more than I see the one over at Station One. We've had couches, we've had pallets, almost enough wood out there to build a house. You know, and I mean, this is ridiculous. And everybody up here knows that I jumped up and down to get those, dumpsters, placed at those two locations. Well, I'm almost to the point, people are abusing the one, especially the one on Whetstone. I'm almost to the point where I would say, get rid of it. You know, I mean, you know, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's just for household garbage. And I mean, it's sickening to go by there, and I go by there probably at least once or twice a day. And I mean, you know, I don't know, I'm kind of at wit's end about that. And I don't think we need to put up cameras and do all that kind of stuff. People need to, you know, have enough respect and appreciation to use it like it was intended. And everybody knows, it's no secret about why it's there and what it's for. But I'm at wit's end about it.
I actually asked Mike at the department head meeting yesterday to get us a sign to put up, ask people to please not put trash on the ground. We were out there earlier last week picking up nasty baby diapers and everything else where dogs was getting it when they set it on the ground.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. You know.
I don't have anything about that. We park officers at the firehouse at nighttime when they're sitting there. We try to keep a watch on that. I don't know when they put it in there. But I was gonna ask if the city would mind putting on their webpage about locking your vehicles at night. We've had probably 10 or 11, Clark County's had a string of them. Connecticut had some. The county got hit 6 times this morning. We had 2 this morning that were reported. There's cameras of them, but they've got a full mask on. We think there's more than one person doing it. There was a situation in Monroeville where an actual police officer's car got broken into, and they got a high fire rifle and a pistol and shot at his house. And they're thinking they're all related and they're from here. So we don't have to do, so we put it out on our Facebook page. So like cars, they're not breaking in the cars, if they're open and going.
There's no, I see your officers sitting there.
They sit there trying to catch them at night, but they
Well, I
don't.
see them sitting there by the fire station, by that,
Mhm.
being during the day.
They're there at night too.
Yeah.
After midnight, we put them there and try to catch. I don't know when they're dumping that stuff.
I'm not allowed to get out. That's right.
I was gonna bring, or ask Tim, he came in and see, I had a couple of calls about the burned house on West Wiggins, what the status of that is. And
I have a note from Mr. From the owner that, his equipment is rented out, he will start it in 3 weeks.
3 weeks. And then there's also a house with overgrown yard on East Wiggins all the way to the dead end. I didn't know if that was on the list tonight. I was down in that area today and you can't even hardly see the house. It's the last house.
The last one.
Curve back.
No,
East Wiggins, straight dead end.
Oh, no, daycare side.
oh.
Daycare side, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's maintained in the summer, so
No, well, there's a brick house and there's one more house beyond.
No, I know, but I would turn around in their yard. So they just must move out. I'll send them a note. Any word from Walgreens about cutting their cars like that?
They have, the regional manager has sent the higher ups the request to get it cut. And they have not yet responded to our.
So it's getting to the point where we need to do it and send them a fee. I don't believe it's been cut off some.
It hasn't been cut off.
I mean, you know, this, enough is enough.
We don't have a key to that gate.
You would do.
Yeah, I got one or two walking on two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like, close to think about making, Juneteenth, holiday for the kids. Everybody can get their food. And also, one more thing, that dumpster, what they're talking about, and maybe it doesn't move it over here. And get away from West Elm Street. So I think it's looking really good right here, because something like here, 7 days a week
Right.
over here. I think
Well,
it's-
The main reason they placed one iron up here, so the neighborhoods on this side of town can use this one, and the neighborhoods on that side would have that one close to the residents.
Yeah, but like you said,
Yeah.
You need one in your district, because they moved it.
I'm fine with it right there, I come right here. for me.
I know, but the people on Monroeville Street, you know, they had one there, but they moved it because I think the bottom was out.
That was private. That was private.
When I was trying to-
They ran for that.
Time is now 5 o'clock. Let's call the city council meeting to order. I'd like to begin by asking Pastor Allen Robinson to lead us in an invocation.
Absolutely. Let's pray. Father, we come before you this afternoon, Lord, first seeking your grace and your mercy for our lives, Lord. We are all undone without the hope that we have in you. And Lord, as I read in 2 Samuel, Lord, the word says that the men of Issachar, David's men, understood the times and knew what to do. And Lord, if we've ever had a time in our nation where our men and women, our leaders, needed your wisdom to understand what to do, Lord, it's in this time. We know that your word says in the multitude of counselors, a plan is formed, Lord. And so I thank you, Lord. God, we know that people sit at home, Lord, and armchair quarterbacks and always second guess, but these people have chosen to throw their hats in the ring, Lord, to serve their city and their community. And Lord, I just pray that you would grant them all the wisdom and knowledge that they need, Lord, to make right decisions for the city, Lord. Your favor lasts a lifetime, Lord, and I pray your favor upon this leadership, God. And we just ask these things in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. All the council members present. First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes for the work session held on October 5th, 2021 at 3:30 p.m. The public hearing is held on October 5th, 2021 at 4:65 p.m. And the regular meeting is held on October 5th, 2021 at 5 p.m. Do I have a motion for approval of minutes? I have a second. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor? On the items for action, the first item for action is approval of resolution 2021-10-002, a resolution to make application to LDOT for A-trip funding. This is regards to the intersection at Alabama 47, Falldale Road, north and south, Gulf Drive. Do I have a motion to approve the resolution? Do I have a second? Second. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor? Next item on the agenda is approval of car and rep license quote for $2,700 for servicing the general range of city facilities, fire department, police department, public works, and the senior center. Do I have a motion to approve the quote for car and rep license? Do I have a second? Second. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor? Okay, next item on the agenda is the approval of a work-based partnership with WIOA youth program, which Ms. Sia discussed with us and explained. Do I have a motion to approve the partnership? Do I have a second? Any discussion? There being none, all in favor? Okay, the next item on the agenda is the approval of ordinance number 2021-10-003, which is land swap with Kelly First Responders. And this is the ordinance to enable that to happen. We agreed on it in the last council meeting. Do I have a motion to approve the land swap? Make a motion. Do I have a second? Any discussion? There being none, all in favor? Okay, the next item on the agenda is the approval of police vehicle purchase, which would be 4 vehicles from Stivers Dodge. I think the total price was $162,000. Okay, do I have a motion to approve the purchase of the police patrol vehicles from Stivers Dodge? Do I have a second? Second. Okay, any discussion? Being none, all in favor? Okay, the next item on the agenda is the approval of the striping and resurfacing at the fire department. This would be a reimbursement to the fire department fund. And I think the work has been completed. Do I have a motion to approve for the striping and resurfacing at the fire department reimbursement? Do I have a second? Second. All in discussion? There being none, all in favor?
Mayor,
Yeah.
they haven't started yet, but they're gonna do it since they finished other city facilities.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is to approve a resolution 2021-10-003, and this is the application for the CDBG COVID-19 funds for the purpose of repairing roof at the fire station and also making modifications to the public works bill. Do I have a motion to approve the resolution for the application for the CDBG COVID-19 fund? Do I have a second? Any discussion? There being none, all in favor? Okay. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the Halloween bash decoration contest, which Ms. Bruton has a list of that has been submitted by the council. We all in agreement? Do I have a motion to approve the Halloween bash decoration contest one? Do I have a second? Any discussion? There being none, all in favor? Okay, I have, next item on the agenda is the approval of the WMFC Christmas Day. Ryan is here. Ryan is here. Okay. Let's do it. You want to present?
Hello.
No.
Did y'all already get one of these?
we have.
Okay. That gets done. All right.
We did do something right.
Okay, anyway. As you know, of course, we need Christmas this year more than anything because of everything going on. We're doing the, of course, Christmas station this year, only instead of just ending it on Christmas Day, we're going to end it on that Sunday. To let it play out throughout the whole weekend. So we'll be ending it on the 26th. 100 ads, of course, to be spread out through the day of Thanksgiving to the day after Christmas for $4.50 for the full price. Yes, sir.
Okay, do I have a motion for the approval of the WMFC Christmas Act? Okay, it's been moved and properly second. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor? The next item on the agenda is approval of the waiver of permit fee submitted by Mr. Bob Crawford for roof repair at their church. Do I have a motion for the approval of the permit fee?
So moved.
Do I have a second? Okay, any discussion? Okay, we'll call for a roll call vote. Councilman Brew,
Can we go back to discussion for just a minute?
discussion? Yes.
I want to ask Tim, have we done any waivers for any other churches you're aware of?
No, we've done a waiver for, communal place.
Okay, do you know if any churches have paid, to have their, permit, to have their roofs replaced?
Yes.
That have been.
Yeah, I know, we did. Councilman Dennis? Councilman Russell?
Yes.
Councilman Thomas? No.
Yes.
No.
President, we don't need a check.
You gotta read it, attorney.
Okay, good.
There's 3 yeses, 3 noes.
Has anyone else requested, to have the other church?
No.
No request, this is the first one.
And these 3 gentlemen are all qualified.
Yes, sir.
I vote yes. Okay. The next item on the agenda is approval of the MOU at dump sites. And, we don't have the MOU at this time. So, hopefully Jeff will get with us within the next week or so. So we just need to take a listen to the next meeting. Okay. All right.
That's not it. You gotta approve some more stuff on there. It was the approval of repayment for Abby, what he just came with me.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that would be nice, you said by the mayor. and
I'm
council,
sorry.
and brought it up. You're correct. Okay, the approval of the street paving project, to be paid for from the $350,000, street paving project, and also the repave Alabama fund, for the purpose of,
Roman Road
Monroeville Road, the streets that you named. Okay. So do I have a motion for the approval for the street paving project as identified by Public Works Director, which is the Unity House Drive, Monroeville Road, and the other streets? Do I have a motion? Do I have a second? Okay, all in favor? Is that another one?
Yeah, we're not approving the payment project, right, for that, or you just doing that all together with this one that we just approved?
Yeah, that was both
Okay.
the paving project for.
We feel Alabama.
You feel Alabama and.
So we need to do the vaccination at the Halloween bash.
Okay, do I have a motion to allow Dr. Andrew Town's office to provide COVID vaccinations at Halloween bash? Do I have a second? Any discussion? There being none, all in favor?
Question, where is it gonna be located, wherever it is?
They'll be on the square, so we'll find a place for
Okay,
it.
I didn't know if they were in south.
Do they need any help with them, or they just gonna do it by themselves?
I haven't asked them that, but I'll follow up with them. and see.
Is it Freakley?
Yes.
I know when we were doing the clinics out at the school, there, when they gave shots, like a 15-minute wait time, things like that. I don't know if they would want to do it at the fire station, so you'd have some facilities there, and if there's an emergency, we'll have guys there or whatever, but that's an option we can offer to them.
Good idea.
That's a good idea.
Good.
That'll be away from the mall too.
Nothing else, I just got, I don't know if I'm gonna motion to do this, but I need to put it on the webpage about locking the vehicles.
Yeah, we just put down the. Councilman Green? We had discussed last time the possibility of relaxing the mask to optional in city buildings. I just wanted to see how the council felt about that.
I know we had gotten to them with, when it came down to council meeting, especially we discussed about, participation again, with the mask. If council feels comfortable with that, that's what I would recommend. That, that we open the meeting back up, people wear the mask. I don't want to get into trying to find out whether or not you've been vaccinated. I just prefer to let people wear the mask and come in because.
But still requiring mask in all the city buildings.
We still got, what, 50-something cases in the last 14 days, so it's not over.
The numbers are coming down to.
They are, in the last 7 days, we had 25 new cases. And I actually had thought about mentioning that myself, about at least our internal people, if we dealing with the public, still wear a mask, but relaxing it for our employees that's around each other all the time. It'd still be, if they want to wear it, be optional, but.
That's what we do at work now. And we don't have any cases.
And, we still could require that anybody that comes in to the police department, fire department, whatever, to wear one, but just for our people that's there all the time.
Clarification, Councilman Brewer, are you referring to, is he talking working inside the building or anybody coming in?
Well, either way, I would be fine, either way. I mean, that seems reasonable to me if we go that route first. Further, if that works.
And most of your schools and everything now have gone optional. Your football games are full capacity, all that. So it seems like a lot of people back to normal.
And remember, we do have those expensive platforms up there in the air conditioning system that helps kill stuff that is circulating around.
They work a month or so, they relax on the mask, let somebody come in. No, I don't
He's looking at me. I got it.
Do we need a motion on that?
Well, you require in the, their policy that they have to wear that, so you do need a motion for that.
I'll make that motion then that you allow the employees amongst themselves to relax it. It's still required.
Okay. Do I have a second? Okay, all in favor? Councilman Day? Councilman? No. Steve Armstrong? Steve Wright?
No, sir.
Ms. Bruce?
Just remember drug take back day this Saturday.
Mike? No. Jack?
That's it.
Bill?
No, sir.
There's none? There being no further business of the city council, the city of Monroeville, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn this meeting, Grove City Council.
Do I have a second?
Hold on,
I should have said it with you, 'cause I'm 5 minutes. Say, I should went back and said 15
No. I would tell you, if someone drugs.
Hey.
I don't know what to tell you about.
Hey, look, we're gonna Thank you all for your hard work and choosing the hay bales and the windows.
Yeah, I walked the whole square.
You got your exercise. I enjoy walking it and seeing it. There's a few that haven't completed. But
Thank you for giving me shirts too.
I know it's something. My driveway filled up with water. So he had it wrong. Somebody went by and had it wrong at one time.
Yeah.
James Road, it's white, and it's actually.
But I hit the rock.
Sure, because it's something that somebody had to tell the right of my house. I just don't appreciate it. They ride, like, every time I'm in the yard. I don't know where I'm going. I'm not saying he was in my yard. But
Gary, how you doing? I'm good out there.
I wouldn't, you know, but I ain't got a problem.
You just let him know that, you know, nothing is wrong, 'cause I don't look, you know. I get his hand, talk to him.
If you call me, I will.
I don't
I
get
ain't ashamed. I'm bashful. Yeah, I'm saying.
it.